This afternoon, a major revitalization project on Indy's west side is now complete. Thanks so much for watching 13 News at 4. I'm Jenny Runovich in today for Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence, and we're talking about a busy stretch of West Morris Street between Eagle Creek and Harding Street. Samantha Johnson is there. She shows us what's new.
It's a project years in the making.
We created this plan 15 years ago.
To give West Morris Street a facelift and turn it into what the city calls a complete street.
Wait.
Safe for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists.
Yeah, it's been a very long time coming. The neighborhood has been calling out for this project now for the better part of a decade.
And now the $10 million Morris Street revitalization project is complete.
Now the spotlight's here and people are starting to feel that.
2 miles of resurfaced roads, more than 3,000 feet of new sidewalk, streetlights, and landscaping. Lisa Laughlin with the West Indianapolis Development Corporation says all this work is to make it safer for everyone passing through.
Every mode of transportation, from your feet to your wheels on a 350 horse engine, can take you in and out of the community.
This project also includes major upgrades you can't see, like a new stormwater drainage system. And work like this is far from over. In fact, next year, 30% of DPW's capital budget will go towards more complete street projects around town, using more than $300 million over the next 5 years.
It starts to feel more like a small town, more like a neighborhood instead of a busy city street.
And Laughlin says for other neighborhoods, even though these things take time, it's worth the wait.
Be tenacious, be patient, have a really good plan in the beginning. Sooner or later, you'll get there.
On the west side, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
Now to a bizarre death investigation at a Planet Fitness on the south side of Indianapolis. Family confirms 39-year-old Derek Sink went into a tanning bed at the gym on Friday. Well, he was found dead there yesterday morning. So for 3 days, no one discovered his body. Family tells us he struggled with drugs and police did find a needle in the room with him. We are still awaiting the official cause of death from the coroner. Sink's aunt says they reported him missing on Friday. She says he was wearing an ankle monitor as well, which helped investigators determine he never left Planet Fitness. Signs on the business now say tanning is currently unavailable. We talked to a woman who was in the gym yesterday, and she says she and other members noticed a foul smell in the building.
And the tanning bed has a door, I believe, but still, like, why are we not concerned that the door has been closed for 3 days in a row, potentially?
And we did reach out to IMPD and to Planet Fitness. Police could only confirm they are investigating a death at that location. Planet Fitness says they're now looking into what happened with the franchise owner.
Turning to politics now, where President-elect Donald Trump has been quickly naming his choices for several critical roles in his next administration.
Yeah, in fact, just hours ago, he tapped former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee to be the next U.S. ambassador to Israel. Huckabee is a staunch defender of Israel, and this nomination comes as the president-elect promises to align U.S. foreign policy more closely with Israel's interests.
Here's NBC's Garrett Hake with more.
With the expected selection of Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, Donald Trump's next administration is coming into clearer view this morning. The two were opponents in 2016 in a primary that turned personal.
Do you know that in Florida, they hate little Marco Rubio so much?
But Rubio later became a staunch ally.
We are patriots who love America.
And this morning, in another key role, CNN reporting that Trump has chosen South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to run the Department of Homeland Security, according to two people familiar with the selection. Noem, once on the short list to be Trump's running mate before suffering political fallout after revealing in a new book that she shot her own dog.
How are you guys?
Trump also naming Florida Congressman and former Green Beret Michael Waltz to be National Security Advisor, and outspoken ally New York's Elise Stefanik as UN Ambassador. All set to play a crucial role advising the president-elect on national security and the ongoing wars in Europe and the Middle East. Trump also naming former New York Congressman Lee Zeldin to lead the EPA.
The first 100 days, we have the opportunity to roll back regulations.
All of those picks, save Walz, must be confirmed by the Senate, unlike two Trump hires focused on immigration, Tom Homan and Stephen Miller. During Trump's first term, Miller helped engineer the highly controversial ban on travel from several Muslim-majority nations, while he and Homan also played influential roles with the hardline policy that led to the separation of thousands of migrant families at the border.
The criminal migrants will go home, and America will be reclaimed for Americans.
And President-elect Donald Trump and President Biden are expected to meet at the White House tomorrow morning. Their conversation is expected to take place in the Oval Office. First Lady Jill Biden invited Melania Trump to the White House as well. However, sources familiar with her plans say she's not expected to attend. The sources cited a prior scheduling conflict. It's tradition for the outgoing president to host the incoming commander-in-chief following the election as part of a peaceful transfer of power. Trump did not host Biden in 2020 as he fought the election results.
You know, one of the key promises Donald Trump made during the campaign was a broad crackdown on immigration, including the mass deportation of millions. So how could those policy changes impact groups that serve immigrants right here in Indianapolis? Both Exodus Refugee and the Immigrant Welcome Center help immigrants, people seeking asylum, and refugees fleeing violence, war, or persecution. Thousands here in Indiana. But advocates say a lot of these families are in fear right now, even those in the process of becoming citizens or gaining permanent status.
A lot of anxiety for the people we serve because they have anxiety. They're worried, and rightfully so, worried that their family members won't be coming.
And there is just that sense of urgency, just making sure that we have everything in place because we don't know what will happen in the future.
By urgency, advocates say they mean they're trying to do as much as they can right now for immigrants before Inauguration Day takes place.
And this was a story that you actually worked on today, Jenny.
Yeah.
So what can they do now, and what are they doing now?
Well, they say basically they're trying to see how many refugees they can get in, for example, before the number potentially gets limited during a second Trump administration. They actually gave me a statistic. They said during the last Trump presidency, the number of refugees invited here into the U.S. actually dropped 86%. So that's tens of thousands of people potentially blocked from the country. So they're worried. We'll dive a little bit deeper into this issue and how it affects these advocates coming up at 5:30, but certainly something we're looking at.
Yeah, it could have a huge impact on a lot of people in our country. Thank you.
Well, dozens of new Hoosiers celebrated their citizenship today at Indianapolis International Airport. This was actually the first ever formal naturalization ceremony at the airport. The 47 immigrants from 24 different countries around the world, including Haiti and the Philippines, took their final step in becoming U.S. citizens. They say it's the realization of a long-awaited goal. Some have been here in the U.S. for 10 years.
I'm very excited, especially for my friend, so he's a new citizen now, so I'm really excited about it.
I'm a U.S. citizen today.
It means a lot to me, and then of all the privileges, of all the rights, I can get it right now, and I'm just happy being a part of the U.S. citizen here.
This naturalization ceremony included performances by the Ben Davis Premiers and the Indiana Honor Guard as well. Oh, so many happy faces.
I know, I was going to say, look at her tearing up. I just got chills because it's just American and it's what we represent.
Oh, for sure. So welcome to those 47. Wonderful. We didn't really roll out the welcome mat when it came to the weather forum today. Gosh, it's chilly out there.
We told you it was coming.
You did.
It was a little cloudier than we thought here, at least over the central part of the state, and that cloud cover finally breaking up, but the sun's about to go down here in about an hour and 20 minutes.
Sunset.
Sorry, friends. Let's show you the view here from across central Indiana on our camera network. And it's beautiful. If you've been inside all day, you probably thought this is the way it was from start to finish, and that just was not the case here. This moisture coming off of Lake Erie, lake effect cloud cover trapped under the cool air, and most of it took longest here around the metro area. You can see this has been pretty much a sunny day over southwestern Indiana, and we've had some blue sky up to the north as well. Temperatures upper 40s, lower 50s right now compared to 24 hours ago. 10 to 15 degrees cooler here. So we're now starting to see a clear sky over Indy. We're at 48, east-northeast wind at about 15. So it's brisk outside. Your sun sets at 5:31. As we look west, this is the player for tomorrow. It's going to bring us some rain. We're timing out the rainfall, how much to expect, coming up in the forecast in a few minutes.